Hi, welcome to this Graph and Beyond lunch break session. My name is Jackson Reimers. I'm going to be walking you through a movie search lunch break demo here that we have on ArangoDB Oasis. This demo is going to highlight some of our full text search capabilities, show our managed service on Oasis, see kind of like what that look and feels like. And we're going to be searching through the movie data set on IMDb. So let's go ahead and get started. Share my screen here. All right, so as I mentioned, my name is Jackson Reimers, and this is the 20th edition of our lunch break series. Graph and Beyond is our slogan here at ArangoDB. If you don't know anything about us, the reason we are Graph and Beyond is because we're most well known as a graph database, but we do actually much more than that. It all starts with AQL over here on the left and scales out to our 3 different data models, document, key value, and graph. From there, we have additional features, full text search, Arango search, which we're going to be going through some examples of today. We have iterative graph processing with Preagle. These are out-of-the-box algorithms that you can run directly under graph, things such as PageRank, connected components, things like that. And then Arango ML is our machine learning pipeline. As far as deployment of Arango goes, you can deploy in the cloud, public or private, on-prem, bare metal, whatever. We have a Kubernetes integrator to help out with that, but we also have a managed service, and the managed service Oasis is what we'll be on today. It is supported by AWS, GCP, and Azure. Fully managed, automated backups, monitoring backup policies, right? Don't interact with any of your data, but we do maintain the environment, make sure everything's healthy and steady. It's a 14 free day trial on Oasis. So after this demo, if you're interested in going on there yourself, downloading it, signing up, all you need is your name and email. You can go ahead and download this actual demo that I'm walking you through today, and you could follow along. So the demo we're going through today is going to highlight a couple of different features within Arango Search. Some of the phrases and things within AQL that we're going to be touching upon are down here, phrase, min, max. I'll touch on all of this as we work through, but this is just for a little bit of context. Moving along here, the data set itself is going to include all of these items, actors, directors, film studios, movie descriptions. We'll be searching through a lot of the movie descriptions with the queries that we're going to be using today. All right, so let's go ahead and jump right into it. The first thing we're going to do is go to cloud.arangodb.com. From there, you would just go to the top right and press sign up. Because I've already signed up and I'm signed in, it just takes me directly to my dashboard. This is, kind of the dashboard of Oasis. If you're ever interested in checking out pricing, it's along here on the left. You can just input your kind of needs, and it would give you pricing on an hourly basis for what your project is. So for me, I already have a deployment stood up and opened up an endpoint here. So I'll just copy my root password, open this endpoint, punch in root, and paste my password in there. From there, we're going to click on the IMDb data set itself. So why this IMDb one is here and wouldn't be for you if you just logged in, you have to go to examples tab here and install the movie search demo. We have a couple other ones on here if you're interested. I know there's some other lunch break sessions, some including me, that walk you through these different demos. So once that's installed, you can just follow along with the guide. That's kind of what I'm walking through today with just a little bit of additional context. All right, so we selected IMDb, we stand it up, and here we are. So the first thing we're gonna go ahead and do is go over here to queries. That's what we're gonna be kind of walking through today. The queries that we are going to be doing, I need to pull this up really quickly. All right. Perfect. Okay. So first query that we're going to touch upon here is checking for cool, tight suits, skin suits. I know that sounds a little funky, but this is kind of an example of what exactly we're looking for. We know that there are some cool skin tight suits within this movie that we're looking for. You can see here in we're looking within the description to see where those are. And the query itself has some it's going to search within the supplied phrase, the phrase we want to find within the description, and then the analyzer to use the parse for the text. So we'll run execute this and scroll down, and there it is, Star Trek. Within the description here, you will see that there are cool skin tight suits that beam up. I've never seen Star Trek myself, but yeah, I do know that that is definitely a feature of the collection and series itself. So note that we're using the phrase function here. It was on that list there that I showed with initially. And this query was able to boldly go out and find these results the user was looking for, and can learn more about the features used in this query. There's some additional links that are within the guide on the OrangoDB Oasis site that I showed you as well. So moving along to the next query, we're going to take a look at. This is a weekend search, and so we're looking for something that we know a little bit of items, right? So let's just take a look at the query here. New and paste it in. All right, so we're using the phrase the min match. It only needs the min match here. It doesn't need to contain all of the words, and they don't need to necessarily be in that order, but we know a couple of them, right? So we're using min match with phrase to look for red pig, bounty hunter loves Gina. Let's see what we get when we execute this. Porco rosso. So this is known in Japan as the crimson pig. Looking at what we punched in here, you'll find that all of these things are in here. So red pig, bounty hunter is also in here. Yeah, bounty hunter. And I don't believe that loves Gina is, because the whole point of this is that all of this, it's indicating that 2 of the 3 phrases are needed to match, and that's what helps keep the results relevant by providing some flexibility within the scenario here. All right, the next one we're going to show is starts with function. So this function is pretty self-explanatory, right? So we know that it starts with star. We only want to return 20 of these titles. Let's take a look and see what we get. Okay, so we got Star Wars, A Star is Born, Star Trek, Dark Star. All right, so we have the 20 results that pop up here. Maybe we don't have what we're looking for yet, but we think we can get a little bit more. So it's a very simple example here with this starts with. The next query I'm going to show you here goes one step further to show you that there's more real world query look like this query below that I'm going to paste here right now. It tokenizes the search term and then does a bit more of complex matching. The query also indicates the genre criteria to help you further kind of fine tune some of your results. Move this out of the way and execute. All right, so same list, right? A little bit more context. So we have some descriptions in here. We have the genre if it's present within the data set, and we can kind of dig a little bit deeper for what we're looking for something that starts with star. This is just kind of one way of handling autocomplete, and hopefully serves as a good starting point for a lot of your queries as you poke around in Orango and look at the AQL syntax. All right, so the next one we're going to be looking at is ranking, right? So text ranking provides a way for us to contextually, get relevant results. And even with some abstract search terms, we can punch in some tags, keywords, and genres that the user has selected to find movies that are relevant to their interests, right? Using the query that I'm going to paste right now, with and without, you'll see noticeable differences in ranking, right? So this first query here, we're going to sort commented and then uncommenting it to see the more relevant results. So with Orango search, you can return the ranking score. Feel free to uncomment it as well from the query below, so you can see the relevant score for each title. All right, so in this query, right, we're searching within the description, amazing action, world, alien, sci-fi, science. So punching in a lot of different keywords here. We want to bring 10 back within these descriptions. So any of those words are going to be within all these descriptions here. It kind of helps you, and you can sort it so that the score based off of these words, how many of these descriptions have multiples of these words in here. So you can give it a boost support. So if you want to know this user specifically loves movies with galaxy in the description, you can boost these results to the top. So we would punch in this new query, execute it. And all right, so galaxy is in the title here. We got Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy. That is at the top there to boost it. In a galaxy far away, alien tracker, right? So we have the scoring here on the left. You can see the ones that have the galaxy are at the higher score. And as you move down, the galaxies is not exactly matching, right? So you can see that as well. Something to mention here is that Rango Search does also support fuzzy search. So if you were going to incorporate some fuzzy search into this and galaxy was your word, the galaxies would also receive a good enough score. In the end here, the whole point of this presentation is that show you that a Rango search natively supports the two most popular ranking algorithms, BM25 and TF-IDF. Be sure to visit our documentation if you're interested in reading more about that. These are some extremely simple queries, right, that we just kind of looked through. It's just to look up some of your movies. Maybe you wanted to mess around in the IMDb database, but I think it just helps you give more context around your use case. And feel free to reach out to us with any questions. As I mentioned, you can follow along on this guide. You could just do it yourself if you just come to this examples page on cloud.arangodb.com and walk through some of the queries. These are all the queries that I ran through here, and you can copy them just right here, and by popping over to your Oasis deployment, just drop them in whenever needed. So that concludes this lunch break demo. I hope you enjoyed it. As I mentioned, RangoDB Oasis 14 free day trial. Go check it out. And if you have any questions or feedback or concerns or anything like that, feel free to reach out to me. You can reach me at jackson@arangodb.com. Thank you for watching, and I hope you have a great rest of your day.